Hello. So I was just contemplating on something and I thought I'd take you guys along on the journey with me because why not, you know? Because I feel like it's important sometimes to see the process happening live because it's never a linear process. So this won't be some put together video, 5 signs are on the right path and shit like that. This will just be like the raw experience of it. And so join me if you wish, don't if you don't. And yeah. So the topic that I was like kind of getting into was manifestation, but before you click off, kind of more in a critical way of it. I'm a big fan of manifestation. I know it works. I have had big successes with it too. But they were never long lasting. Like, I won the lottery in Australia, that was pretty nice, and got almost 1,000 Australian dollars, which was absolutely incredible, you know. But gone within 2 weeks. 111 on the clock. And I was on vacation and I extended my stay, and that costed like me 270. Like, I could go on to why the money went by so quick, but it did, you know? And I feel like this kind of feeling is a very universal experience, kind of being able to manifest something and being so happy in the initial moment and being like, wow, I really did that, you know? But then going like back to that like slight emptiness, you know? And I don't think emptiness is a bad thing. I do think that's the void, you know? But there is a certain heavy kind of emptiness and light kind of emptiness, you know? And I feel like right after going like contracting back from that manifestation, then it's kind of like that heavy emptiness. At least it is for me, and I'm sure other people feel the same way. And I guess I'm trying to navigate a way to, like, I'm not actively manifesting, and I am at the same time. Like, we're always manifesting, you know, but I'm not doing it like I did a few years ago, where I'd like write down my intentions and shit like that, you know. Like, I'm it's more of a universal body experience, because it's like also my emotions, also my energetic body, also my physical body, um, getting my nervous system to be as relaxed as possible so I can receive as much as possible, you know, because when your receiver is in chaos, really, if it's just like a TV screen, or like a, you know, when the TV is going like black and white and it's like shh, you know, like that's like kind of the image I'm getting. And so if it's like that, you can't really expect yourself to attract great things through a receiver that's exuding that kind of energy, you know. And I think that's really that's a point I missed for years. Get my nervous system calm, because then it feels like any manifestation that comes in, it feels like a hot potato. It feels like, what am I going to do with this? And then you like pass it over, you know, because all of a sudden what you were wishing for the entire time has just come true. But that means all the responsibility of what you were also wishing for comes true. Before, where you were like, I have nothing to lose, and just go out into the world, and all of a sudden you had something to lose. Interesting. And then a whole different array of problems come up, you know, and those problems are not against us. They're actually showing us a way to be able to dismantle the blocks of us holding what we manifest. And there also is a certain kind of maturity that is needed to be able to be completely honest with oneself of what one truly actually needs and not what we were taught to believe that we need, not what we were conditioned to believe, not what was put upon us, not what we even believe that other people want us to be, but just to, like I said, peel all the layers back. It's not even about becoming someone else. It's about becoming your full self, and to just peel off all the layers that you picked up along the way that were never a part of you. And we're all going to have those layers, 444 on the clock, you know. And once we peel away those layers, then a sense of stability comes in, because you're not acting like a fragile, like fragile thing that needs thousands of layers of protection, and you know you are protected. And so you don't have to walk around with your 5,000 shields anymore. You did 10 years ago, maybe, yeah. But those shields can fall now. They're no longer needed. And it can take a damn long time for the body to follow up with that. And you're not alone. Your mind is already there. You know that. Your body's just catching up. You're doing all the work. You're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. Just keep going, okay? Because on the other side is a really fucking big light, and it's liberation, and it's freedom, and it's you not even needing energy to deal with this kind of stuff anymore. This is gonna be like peanuts, man. Like, and to experience the world in a way where you can live it fully without running from any part of it. You know that feeling or that state you get in where you realize you're just like, I'm not saying everything's laid out like predestined, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like maybe, I actually have no idea, and I'm just gonna be honest, like no one does. And so, but I do sometimes really have this strong feeling that like I'm just like walking the path, but in the best sense, like it's that path of alignment that I'm walking, and I can feel that right away. And when I'm not walking that path is really a sign for me that I'm in misalignment, you know what I mean? Because it shocked me how quick we can go into autopilot after being even so conscious and so like I can't even, I'm it's kind of a long story. 6 minutes we're in. Well, why not? Like I moved all over the place. But long story short, the most recent one was me moving from Germany to Canada, back where I grew up, in to my parents again, and lived there for 3 months, and then went to Bali, went to Australia, and moved back to Germany again. And my initial plan, was to move directly to Australia again. I was just planning on saving up and then getting my visa accepted and then heading over. Like life happens, you know. I got stuck there for like a year. I lived in a hostel in a room with, well, for the most part it was 10 women, but long time with 20 mixed dorm, like 20 beds in a mixed dorm. And the things I learned there were so fascinating. It was some of the toughest times I've ever had, but some of the most incredible and transformational times I've ever had. And it was fucking tough at times, though. I'm gonna be real. Sometimes I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make this. And every time I would tell the story to other people, they'd be like, I couldn't do that. And I was like, well, I can't either, but I am doing it anyway. And it was something that showed me actually how fucking strong I am, man, and how strong us humans like are, like how much we can withstand. And I think it's something we really need to acknowledge. That's not anything I would think I would ever be able to get through, and yet here I stand, stronger than ever, more peaceful than ever, more happy than ever. And I just find it so ironic how out of our biggest struggles comes the biggest liberation, because it's really just like I'm seeing like fish scales over a light, you know, and you have to like pick off each fish scale, but eventually, like in the beginning, there's like a whole bunch of layers, and so you're picking off these fish scales, and you're almost like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? This isn't doing anything, you know. But you're not seeing that. You're getting closer and closer to that light inside. I don't know why it's coming through as fish scales, like the armor of like I'm thinking fish, water, emotional, like subconscious mind area space, fish scales. I think I need to Google that later, or you guys can Google it and let me know in the comments. But like an emotional armor I'm getting. Anyway, but eventually you get far enough and you start picking, and then it's like, oh wait, I see a little shimmer light there, you know? And then you keep picking, and then eventually it's just there. Nothing blocking it. It's just completely there. So I'm going to leave it at that. See you next time.